The crypto market has never been as bullish as it is right now. And I've had many people ask me, which altcoins should we be looking into for crazy gains in the 2024-2025 crypto bull run? Which altcoin should we buy right now? Well, ladies and gentlemen, do I have an interesting video for y'all today, as we'll talk about the coins that I'm buying right now that I think are gonna go insane. Now, if you've not done it yet, make sure you go ahead and press the like button on this video. You're not gonna lose anything. And to start out, I have to say that I think right now, almost any altcoin that you're buying, right? Almost any altcoin in this list will make you crazy amounts of profit over the cycle. Now, how long is the cycle? Previous times have showcased to us that a crypto run usually lasts about 3 years. And then the bear market, the bad times, last about 1 year, where everything goes down back to the ashes 90%. So again, in cycle number 1, we went down 90% and then up for about 3 years in a row. Again, 1 year of down 90%, 3 years in a row of up, 1 year of down 90% or 80%. And then again, starting in November of 2022, we expect about 3 years, so to November of 2025, to go up. The problem is we don't know where exactly it's going to be. It can deviate a few months. So to stay conservative, we are saying that the top is going to be between, let's just say, the end of June of 2025 and let's just call it the end of December of 2025. Somewhere in there, the highest point for Bitcoin will be reached. And why I'm saying that the top is kind of like broader is because after Bitcoin reaches its top, altcoins usually reach their top slightly later because people take their profits from Bitcoin and put it into altcoins. That's what we basically call the altcoin season. People made so much money on Bitcoin, they rotated into different opportunities that can yield them even more. Now, before we move on, if you want to also trade crypto or buy crypto, whatever, check out the link down below to Blowfin. It's an exchange you can use from everywhere in the world right now to buy and sell crypto or to leverage trade on. You'll figure out what it is with some of the other links down below. And right now, we've also got a juicy competition going on where you can win like a Tesla the more you trade and get yourself a nice cashback for deposits. Just check it out. The link is down below and let's move on. So by that logic, almost anything you can see in front of you right here, in my book at least, is something to be excited about. But I personally believe as well, the lower along the ranking you go, the more profit that you'll be making, as well, these are quote unquote more saturated, but they've already just got way more money inside of them. It is way harder for Ethereum to do a 4x than it is for a coin all the way at the bottom, like for example, EOS here. Now, to quickly just state a couple of coins if you're completely new that I think are worth looking into, I'd say Solana, XRP, Cardano, Pepe, and perhaps Mantra. It's just to name a few so you can quickly get started if you don't want to watch a long video. Those I'm all excited for. I'll explain why in just a second. But I mean, you've already heard it at the start of the video. I think all of the coins in this list will most likely go for some crazy run. There will only be a few that I really would not go for, but I don't think it's that important to think about which ones not to go for. More about why some of these I see having such crazy potential. So as I stated just now, Solana is one of my best coins right now. And the reason is not because of the X it can do. I don't think Solana is going to do a 50x this run, but it's mostly because the hype around Solana and Solana tokens, so things built on Solana, is so great recently that I think it's one of the safest coins to go for like an easy 4x this season. My honest expectation is $1,000 to $1,200 per Solana at the end of the run. And again, we all know when the run is going to probably end. It's going to probably be somewhere within the margin I just stated. And again, just to get back to it, we believe Bitcoin, Ethereum, and larger caps is basically going to go in that type of flow. This time around, though, it's kind of skipping Ethereum, but basically Bitcoin first, then all the other large caps, and then the alts. So by that logic, it's also okay to really have mostly Bitcoin and some of these big coins like Solana, XRP, which by the way, I have a target of about $10 to $12 for because the hype is really back, baby. And Cardano, which I've got a target of, I'm going to say also about $8 plus for. Both of these could go way higher. I'm just stating my conservative expectations. Anyway, it's fine to hold those large cryptos first and then rotate into smaller and smaller ones as the altcoin season continues. Because again, we expect as of this point, as can actually be seen from the 30-day movements as well, that many of these coins will do well first with a high amount of certainty before smaller and smaller coins start going crazy. If we're taking a look at Dogecoin, for example, Dogecoin won't bring you the craziest amount of gains. But most likely, Dogecoin will go first, which it has done, before a lot of other memes start going absolutely crazy. Just take a look at the monthly performance here. You can see it's really funny, right? But Dogecoin is literally the best performer for, except for one outlier here. It's literally the best performer for, except for 2 outliers who just got a really lucky listing on Binance. But if we just exclude those 2, it's literally the best performer in the top like 200 here. And those are all kind of large cryptos, right? They all performed worse than Doge. But like we just have seen now, it would have been really, really wise to have Dogecoin first. And as the run starts going crazy, things get bananas, go too crazy, then go for smaller and smaller coins to make even more gains. Again, soon enough, this graph here that shows the top coin performance will be significantly different, and Doge will definitely be at one of the bottom points. But right now, if we include all these different coins of the last month, you can see that all of them have been performing worse. Many of them have been going down, as again, the meme coin season, the proper season is not here yet. But soon, I'll talk about which exact memes I'd buy if I was trying to get into them. Just watch for a next video coming out on my channel. And having said that, make sure you put that notification bell on so you never miss another upload. You can always decide to skip them, but you can never wind back time to watch it early. So make sure you put that bell on. Anyway, just to name a few more coins, 𝗕𝗡 I've been really excited about for the last couple of weeks. It's done us really, really good since I started posting a lot about it, but I still, over a longer run, see this do extremely well. A smaller but still kind of large meme that I still see doing extremely well is Memecoin. Right now at $3.60, I don't really think it's that much for being the original Pepe. Our baby Stellar is up preciously over the past week or so, but I'm gonna say that Stellar and coins of that nature, who have already gone from, like, in this case here, 10 cents to 55 cents in the span of like a month, they are more risky than not risky for any newcomer coming in. And I wouldn't be the one to tell you skip those because they've already gone up too much. I'd be the first person to tell you, if you want to get an entry into a coin like this, you've got to be willing to average your way down in case this excitement doesn't continue. Because look at the past, right? It's gone exponential. If you had bought into it the first time it went exponential, it got to about, let's say here, 20 cents. You could have still ridden it up all the way towards 70, which is why I'm never against buying a coin that's pumping, because we're in a crazy bull market and we know how long it's going to last. I'm just stating that maybe you're buying into a pump that's like right here, for example, right? This little pump right there. And so you had a few weeks of downside. You could have bought here at like 5 cents, went back to like 2 cents for a little bit. You might have hated yourself for a few weeks, only to still see the crazy gains a few weeks after. It could, realistically speaking, also be what's going on here. Just letting you guys know, it is possible. So for those, it's not for the faint-hearted to buy something that's been the #1 gainer for multiple days in a row. But if it's been the best gainer for like a day or 2 days, I don't think I'm against that at all. Because again, if you had bought any point in the last few weeks, even though every single day it's been gaining a lot, you would have still made some crazy returns, as even today, again, it is up 11%. And that brings me to the next point. Man, I will also have to make a video about which exact sectors I think are going to do well. I think AI is pretty underperforming right now. I think gaming is very much underperforming. Mantra, I've talked about it a ton because it's the #1 most hyped up RWA project right now. But that's the problem, right? The more I start looking into this list, the more different coins I'm thinking about to basically quote unquote suggest, even though I'm not a financial advisor, because they all just make so much sense to me. There's many memes, there's many coins in the AI sector, there's many coins in the RWA sector. But again, if you want to build a proper portfolio, stick around. I'll have another video up on that soon, because nowadays there's also cool overlap coins where they're part AI and also part meme, which is a really good value proposition. Or they've just been golden run coins, meaning they've done really, really well in the past and are kind of like undervalued in comparison to prices from the for example, December to March or December to April rally, the pre-halving rally that I think can do another crazy run over the next few weeks if Bitcoin doesn't decide to kick the bucket. One of those being, for example, 𝗕𝗘 here, which is primed. But like I said, I'd be here for like hours and hours and hours. All you've got to know for right now is almost any coin in here. If you want to play really, really safe, in my opinion, stick to Solana, XRP, Cardano. Even a Pepe is fine. Even a Dogecoin is okay. Maybe a little bit of Mantra. And then from there, as you buy those coins, you learn how to buy, you see how they are, you grow out. There are so many more coins that are good. And I would always suggest to people, have at least 10 coins in your portfolio. Don't focus on one. You want to know what's funny? I look at my account, right? My one of my crypto exchange accounts. And I just realized, hey, why is it going up like crazy? You know why? Well, because apparently I had a crazy amount of Brett in there, which by the way is my biggest meme coin holding, except for Doge and Pepe, but anyway. And I realized, man, it's actually gone up like 100% in, or now in this case you're 60, but before 100% in a few weeks. and I didn't really pay too much attention, and I kind of forgot that it was such a big part of my portfolio because it's not the top coins I always look at, but I had a good chunk and it went crazy. Now, there have also been coins that I had for years that were only worth, let's say, $1,000. This is an example, $1,000. They did an 800x without me noticing. And I have a good example of that in the real living life. If you guys know, back in 2021, I talked about this coin right here. I had it at 1 cent right here. Put it onto exchange, was thinking of selling it at 1 cent, didn't, and then all of a sudden it did an 800x over the next few months, which is why I always say, man, you just have different coins. You never know what's going to happen to a random one. I can't say I would buy a lot of SOLANA because I still have a huge chunk. But again, I do believe it's going to go back to these old highs. But as you know, right now, my money's at a 300x already, so I don't mind anything. I'm just stating here that, man, sometimes it's worth to just have some coins you're not completely sure of, etc., because it's bull market vibes. Many coins you've never heard of will be at the top of the gainer list every now and then. Say has been extremely under the radar for such a long time. All of a sudden, it's at the top of the gain list. 𝗂𝗂. Never even heard of 𝗂𝗂. It's at the top of the gain list. You'll see more and more of this as the run goes on. The more it goes on, the less you have to think of what to buy. You just buy whatever is down a lot. For example, these coins are dumping. You buy them because pretty much the next few days is going to pump again. Not financial advice, right? But this is what happens usually. And right now, though, as it stands, I'm just mostly going for the huge ones, planning to rotate into smaller ones as time progresses. But the huge ones have been so rewarding that I think it's worth it from a risk-reward perspective. But yeah, I'll get you guys an update soon on a couple other things like a portfolio, a meme coin thing. Got a lot of cool stuff coming. Make sure you put that notification bell on, and I'll see you guys over the next few days, hopefully for more cool crypto videos.